Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, February 9th, 2017, and you are listening to 3 Geek Senate. The Senate is now in session. Hi, my name is Brian J. Cano.
And my name is Paul Bradford.
And I am Robert Bukszar.
And tonight, we are just a few days past the national obsession that is known as the Super Bowl 51. And for most, it's about the teams and the colors and the nachos and the food. But for cats like me and probably you two, it's about all the stuff that we get in addition to it. I worked in advertising for 10 years, so for me it was the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
And specifically, this year we got a look at Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, John Wick 2. We got some geek nerdery mixed in with the sports. So,
Oh, yes.
What do you want to talk about first?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Well, there's been a lot going on. I mean, obviously, I'm not into the American football thing. Not that I'm not into sports. There are sports that I do enjoy, but I just don't understand it. I've tried to figure it out, and I don't get 1 in 10 or 2. Again, I just lost again. But I don't understand. So, from what I can see, though, when I watch, literally, I think the team plays for about 8 minutes, but it takes 2 hours. It's
There's something with a lot of complaining and people running around and punching each other and
sure.
and stuff like that.
Have you guys seen the movie? What was it called? The Internship with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
No.
Funny comedy. They go to intern at Google, and in the middle of it, they play Quidditch. And
I know what you're talking about. I didn't see the movie though. I do.
Two grown men, and they're trying to absorb the rules of Quidditch. So they're like, okay, no this, no that, no quaffle, no this, no that. If you use a Confundus charm, don't do this. And just the question marks coming off their heads. That's how I react to regular sports. I just don't get it.
No, I don't understand. But I think I was at the gym. It was only a couple of days ago, and I think that movie was on because as I was flicking through the channels, it had Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn talking about being the size of a dime in a blender. Is that the one?
Yep, that's the
right?
one.
Okay, so I caught that scene, and after that was about as much as I needed to see.
See, just the fact that you were inside a gym makes you more athletic than all three of us.
Yeah,
well, I did go for a run last night. I'm trying to get back into shape.
You're getting back into it, huh?
Yeah, trying. There's too much of me sitting around doing nothing, and I have to exercise again, guys. It's necessary.
So now, of the things that are arriving in 2017, we're seeing a lot of franchise building, like Guardians of the Galaxy, Logan, Alien Covenant, Transformers: The Last Knight, War for the Planet of the Apes, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. And as much as I'm looking forward to those, building off of the franchises, there's a couple of gems mixed in that are new, that I hope will take off. And one in specific, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for it. It's called Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Yes.
No, tell me
about it.
It is
actually, Valerian is a French comic book. I think it was made in the 60s. And Valerian is the main character of it. And basically, the universe of Valerian is so vast. It was actually one of the things that inspired Lucas in making Star Wars because of the vastness of the universe and what it all entails. They actually use some of the concepts and the ideas in the original artwork and the Macquarie drawings for Star Wars. Some of that stuff was taken from Valerian.
Now, the thing that caught my eye immediately was the look of the aliens and the look of the crafts. And the reason for this, it's directed by Luc Besson, who did The Fifth Element. Yes. So it feels like it's in the same universe as The Fifth Element.
It very much does. It has that same vibe to it, and just that cool aspect. I think whatever it was that he did for The Fifth Element, which again is one of my favorite throw-in movies, and I could just watch it whenever and just entertained by it. But it definitely has a cool vibe to it.
Well, the design of a lot of the costumes, I forget which big designer did all the costumes, but it made space hip. You know what I mean? It made it fashionable.
Right.
I think I have seen the trailer for this. They're like time traveling agents or something.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I have. I couldn't work out whether or not they were a brother or sister, and then I think they were just because it was a guy and a girl, right?
Yeah, it was the God, I cannot remember her name. She played Enchantress in the Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, right.
Cara
Delevingne.
Delevingne, yes,
Yep.
Delevingne, yes.
Yep.
Yes, but I honestly, I think visually it looked amazing. It did look visually amazing. It was.
I can't wait to see it fully fleshed out.
I'd like to. I mean, that's on my list of things to see for sure.
See, I was confused. Like, I didn't have any takeaway from the trailer other than this wide-eyed, mouth open. Wow, like it was a universe I'm going to look forward to exploring. It's not like it's, and because I haven't read the source material, I'm not going to be watching it with so critical an eye, going, "Oh, that's not how I pictured it," or "They got that wrong." I'm just going to enjoy the ride.
What's it called? It's Planet of 1,000 Cities or
Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets.
City of 1,000 Planets. Okay, wait, is it that way?
Yes.
Either way.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's coming out around about June 21st.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. It just looks super big, and it's got a lot of character to it. So I'm excited for that one. Super big.
I think the one, I mean, one I would really like to see is John Wick 2. And I know it just came out today.
It did.
And I'm sitting talking to you people, and I should really be in the cinema at this point.
I want to see John Wick 2.
We should be doing this from the
we should.
lobby of the theater. And like, all right, guys, we're going to go inside and watch John Wick 2.
And we just do a Facebook Live for that.
Unfortunately, I mean, very fortunately, I won't be seeing John Wick tomorrow. I'll be going to see 50 Shades Darker.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's just horrible.
No, I'm thoroughly looking forward
to it.
Although,
wait a minute, Robert, remember, this is date night for them, so... Paul's going to be getting 50 Shades or something.
yeah, let's not get into why I wouldn't be partaking in a date night movie, but we're just going to go past that.
69 senators.
Oh, dear God. There's supposed to be another Resident Evil, isn't there?
Yes. Did it come out already? I feel like it came and went.
It did. It was like I think
Wasn't
it was
like
it
was called The Final Chapter, right?
Right.
Yes, so it's a promise that maybe it's the last one.
Yeah,
right.
Well, it didn't really do that for Saw. Well, didn't they do that for Saw? Was the Final Chapter Part 2? And, but there was a Resident Evil movie. Now I don't know if that was this year or if that was.
It was out for like a minute. And,
what happened there?
I
love those movies. I mean,
like
they're one of my guilty pleasures.
I like the first one. I'm a big fan of the video game, and unfortunately, it's one of those ones I kind of fell behind on because it took off onto systems that I didn't have. It went onto some of the Nintendo systems when I went and dipped out of the Nintendo scene. But hopefully, maybe that Switch will pull me back in.
I mean, it seems topical because today's Thursday, and this coming Sunday, The Walking Dead returns with new episodes, and I love the show, but in general, I'm getting kind of tired of the zombie genre. I'm done. I'm over it. Everything's zombies.
Genre, but it's just that show. I don't know. Like, I mean, honestly, I was thinking about it over the weekend. I haven't watched the last episode before the break, and I'm kind of okay with that. Like,
I'm still enjoying Walking Dead, but there is a show that I just discovered yesterday.
Is it on Netflix?
Sort of. Yes, it is, and I didn't want to watch it, but Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah,
the first episode.
Drew Barrymore.
I laughed. I was entertained, and halfway through, I'm like, "Hey, wait a minute." It was almost like I was tricked into it, but I enjoyed it, so I'm gonna continue to give it a shot.
You're the second person I've heard say that, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm just kind of blah over the whole zombie thing. I mean, it's like it was ran into the ground a little bit. Maybe I'm just at my fill on it.
I feel that way about vampires. Now. Like if I find it's about vampires, I automatically shut down.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I love all that stuff, but at the same time, I think it just got overdone. I mean, I think the is it Underworld?
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed those, but again, it kind of got like.
Oh, that one just came out with another one just recently too, right?
Yeah, did it really?
Yeah.
They milked it. That whole thing, they just kept milking it.
I'm not sad to see. God dang it! I just forgot her
Kate
name.
Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale. I'm not sad to see her.
No, definitely not.
Well, that's the thing with the Resident Evil things. I've always had a thing for Mila Jovovich.
Yep.
Always had. Oh my
Lilu
God.
Dallas, multipass.
Yes,
Multi-
that's why I liked a lot about the Fifth Element.
Big bada boom.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking,
she really made that character her own in that movie.
Big bada boom, I'm looking forward to kind of later on to 2017.
Yeah.
Again, talking about the sci-fi genre, to one of my favorite actresses, my hall pass actress is Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell, yeah.
It looks surprising. I enjoy the anime. I enjoy that, and I was really kind of skeptical about how this was going to go. It looks pretty cool so far.
Well, that's coming out end of next month, isn't it? March 31st.
I think so.
Is it? Wow,
Yeah,
that's.
it's
I thought it was later
quick.
in the year.
No, I think it's going to be the beginning of the year. So we're looking at about March 31st.
Yeah.
Now, I'm completely not familiar with the anime. I've never really watched anime at all. But yeah, I saw the trailer for this, and
You just put Scarlett Johansson in anything, and I will watch it.
Yeah,
I love the movie Her, and it was only her voice, and I was like, yes.
Was
that the ant? No, that was the one with.
She played in
Phoenix,
OS.
Yeah, she. What is it? Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Good
It was
movie.
his like AI or something like that.
It
that
was she played. She was the OS, the voice of his OS.
Right.
And what's his name? Star-Lord. Why can't I remember his name now?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt played his friend, so he was in it too, in another classic Chris Pratt supporting role. Mm-hmm. And it was a good movie. It was like Lost in Translation meets, I don't know, but I dug it. And it was probably Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Speaking of Chris Pratt, there was one they just did. He just did with the chick from Hunger Games. Holy hell! Jennifer Hudson?
Passengers.
No.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Passengers.
It's not out yet, is it? It's not out yet.
It's out, and it's.
Oh, is it?
I watched it. It was in the cinema.
Wow.
Yes, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't what I was expecting.
On movies. I am so behind on movies. Oh my goodness.
That's one that I really enjoyed, and it wasn't what I expected it to be.
Okay.
And I do recommend it if you go see it. I mean, I know. I mean,
the trailers make it look like you think you know what you're going to get, but you're saying that it was a complete left turn from that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. I wouldn't even say it was a chick flick at all. It was like a dude's chick flick. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe. But it was.
Kinda.
Yeah, it was like. I don't know. It had that sort of romantic element to it. It wasn't like,
but it wasn't so overwhelming that it just took it away from the rest of the movie.
Right. There was
whatever movie you're getting ready to go see tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
50 Shades of Porn, whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my one complaint actually with Passengers is that you got to see Chris Pratt's ass at least twice.
Oh wow.
And yet,
and you wanted 3
Jennifer
times?
Lawrence. I'm like,
my.
wait. I was like, well, hang on. If we're going to get Chris Pratt, then hey, Jennifer Lawrence, I'm down with that. But no, the best we got was her.
So
in
there was
swimsuit.
no reciprocation.
No, not.
That's because I guess they felt we've seen so much of her, even beneath the blue latex in her recent X-Men forays.
Mm-hmm.
That
still.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one.
I guess. I mean, I get it, but it also makes sense. I mean, I guess you think about how many movies there's been the gratuitous female shot or whatever, and I guess for the women, I mean, this kind of makes in turn. You didn't always see the naked dude, and you saw the naked chick. In this one, you didn't see a naked chick, you saw a naked dude. Well, I think it's fair turn. Whether it made for a movie, good for you or not, that's the thing. But,
true, but we are getting a lot more gratuitous, equal right nudity because you turn on Game of Thrones, or if it was the 80s, Game of Thrones would be super production and lots of boobs. We're still getting the boobs, but half the time we're getting limp penis as well. So and everyone's getting what they want.
But see, the thing is, nobody wants to just see a limp penis. That's the thing. Neither the female or the males want to see a limp penis. Everybody is equally sitting together when that happens, and we're all like, oh.
So what you're saying is it's not really something to sit around with the family.
Correct.
On Thanksgiving and hey, Grandma, look at that.
Grandma, look.
It's okay though. There's going to be boobs later.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I mean, there's
Don't worry, they're all gonna die, right? In about 4
pretty
minutes.
much. If you have a favorite character, just
He's gonna die.
get ready for the sadness.
Right.
Fantastic.
Well, we're a lot more, I think, just in general, with a lot more content, and definitely the United States is kind of, you can almost even say prudish as compared to the rest of the world in what is accepted and what is allowed.
Absolutely.
But I was watching
there's so much repression.
I was watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia last night, the new episode, and wow! I mean, it's one thing like the three of us could hang out and we're gonna drop the occasional curse word, or we're gonna just be ourselves. But when you hear it on TV, it slips in subconsciously, and you're thinking like, wait a minute, did he just say what I thought he said?
Well,
and this episode
we've been
was
programmed.
This episode was brutal, and I loved it.
I so am looking forward. I've seen every season of Always Sunny since the beginning. I haven't seen the last season, which was season 11. It just came on Netflix, so I need to get caught up with it.
Well, I'll just tell you the title of the episode just to tease it. It was called what was it? Hero or Hate Crime.
Oh God!
And that sets the stage.
Well, yeah, that does it. Because it's just going to be so offensive on so many levels. Yeah,
but it's one of those things where you're just surprised. They're like, even though it's at a 10 p.m. Airing slot, I was thinking they can say that. Are they allowed to say that?
Yeah. See, everybody's kind of pushing that envelope a little bit, and but that's the thing. It's like on cable. Technically, you can say whatever you want, but people still hold to those national channels rules on the FCC because it's broadcast over the airwaves.
Right.
But when it's on cable, it has a different set of rules. And I mean, we are really prudish here in the United States when it comes to that type of stuff. Because I mean, I have friends from. Hell, even Paul, but I mean, just saying, I've got friends from other countries that are like, it is just completely different. I got a friend that's Danish, and he's like,
Danish.
It's not like that over there at all. He's like, everything is like just really more repressed over here.
Here's the thing. Okay, let's go back to what's coming out this year. It seems. Yeah, I'm just. Let's try back on track a little bit here, because it seems that for the most part, the beginning of the year is actually when everything's really happening. I mean, like we were saying, we got John Wick today. All right.
Well, we also have Lego Batman.
That's right.
Lego Batman. This weekend. I could spend a day in the theater and be fine.
I'm probably going to wait for that to come on cable, although I am very curious to see it.
I really want to see it. I want to see it in 3D because I saw the Lego movie in 3D, the regular one, and it was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty good.
It was
pretty good.
I go to the movies by myself. I'm not ashamed to say that. I go to the movies so I don't care that I'm going to go see Lego Batman by myself in 3D. Do not care.
Dude, if you're going to be by yourself, that's another ticket you're not buying. You might as well splurge for the IMAX 3D.
Right.
Large popcorn.
Which is what I do every time I go get popcorn, a drink, and I do the 3D flick. It's fantastic. Every time.
Well, you've got I think it's March 3rd.
Yep, Logan.
We've got Logan.
Yeah.
So that's another one. So that's literally
looks
as soon
so
as this,
good.
But then we've got Beauty and the Beast on March 17th, and I'm actually
curious.
Is amazing.
I kind of want to see that.
Dude, I saw like I told you over the weekend, Paul. When I watched that trailer, I'm watching it, and it just pulled me in. I told you all before. It's like I'm a Disney fan. I love the Disney movies. That movie I'm watching, I was like, this is fucking amazing. I was like, this just looks like this grandiose, like world. And it just pulls you right in immediately, and the casting so well.
Oh, spot on!
I was waiting for you to diverge back into Star Wars with that Disney lead-in.
Hey, you know what, guys? I told you about that. I made a judgment call, and I remembered the Star Wars more vividly than I did Pinocchio or the Aristocats or any of the other movies that I saw. And that the Star Wars made a bigger impression on me.
Annotation for those people listening.
We are making a callback to another episode where I screwed up. and I made a call and deviated, and you all thought I was going to
And
go
because we're
Disney,
friends,
and I
we're
did
never
go
going to let
Disney.
you live it down.
Yo, you're
No.
right. I'm not. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay, here's another one then. Here's another one. I growing up, I kind of caught this show, going through like the channels, and I think I don't know if I sort of just never really got into it. I watched it, but I never really sort of got thoroughly into it. And then it's one of those ones that sort of felt like they sort of milked it. The Power Rangers.
That's coming out. That when I saw the trailer for that, I thought I was watching like Chronicle 2 or something in that line, like Super 8.
Right.
It looked cool, and then all of a sudden it was Power Rangers. And I said, "Oh, huh.
Oh,
Do I want to see this?"
Right now I am confused. I'm confused. Do I go? Do I not go? I don't know.
Well, you know what it is? It's almost like Power Rangers was campy and it was silly, and it's almost akin to the Godzilla movies. It's a guy in a rubber suit, but people love it. It's an international sensation, and will the big screen version of it do it justice?
I hope so. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, this sort of, for me, it's similar to how you guys have this. Oh my God, what's that robot called? You guys like beginning with Z. No, V, Voltron. Right.
Voltron.
So you've got that. Jesus, I just had a complete brain fart. But it's like how you guys were both saying last time how you we grew up with this, and there's the lion, and there's the thing, and then there's this. For me, that's kind of Power Rangers. They had that whole same thing, and then their powers combined, and they create this giant robot thing. And for me, I mean, as I say, I grew up. I kind of watched bits of it. I caught it here. It was either on before or on after something that I was actually wanting to watch. So I'm interested to see how because it looks to me like it's more for adults.
Bryan Cranston is whatever the
thing on the ship.
Yeah, I don't know all the names because I was in and out of that show. I would see pieces here and there, but never really into it. But he plays whatever the main guy is that kind of teaches them everything. So I mean, they leveled up on actor quality on that.
Sure. Well, the effects are obviously going to be 10 times better.
It looks fantastic. It looks really good.
Although, did you guys see? It was maybe I want to say a year ago, or maybe it was a couple of months ago. There was a fan film, a Power Rangers fan film.
Yes,
that went out
really
with Katie Sackhoff, and it was super dark. And that's the Power Rangers I want to see.
I think I saw a piece of that.
That was the Jason guy.
It was amazing.
They actually used the actors who played
the Green Ranger.
Green Ranger. Yeah, he was. And I saw that, and he ended up killing them or something. It was very dark, and I thought it was very, very cleverly done. And for a fan film, I thought it was great. And talking of fan films, did you ever see the Laundry Day, The Punisher?
Laundry Day. I've
heard it was Tom Jane's. It's actually called Laundry Day.
I told you. Right.
I haven't seen it. I have seen that.
Yeah, it was called Laundry Day, and it was just a fan-made thing, but he did it. It was Tom James. He still played the Punisher, and I loved him as a Punisher.
I liked him too.
I didn't like the other one, the Warzone one.
He would have done it. He was waiting to do the next one, but things taking so long and contract negotiations, he's like, "Well, I got to work. I'm doing another movie," and then they just moved on. He was
also doing that show on HBO. I can't remember what the hell. it was.
Hard guy.
Nope.
Hung.
Yep. Wow.
Again, penis reference.
We're back to that again.
Wow.
All right.
So March 31st, we have your Ghost in the Shell. That's one that we've already sort of touched upon. There was a Fast and Furious movie somewhere, wasn't there? The Fate of the Furious or something?
I think it's the last one.
April 14th. I saw the trailer for that one. And
I still haven't seen the trailer for it.
I know.
I've seen like a glimpse of it, but I didn't tune in enough.
Well, from what I can gather with that one is that at some point it starts off with they're talking about family and they're always
wait a minute.
And then Toretto is working for the bad guy.
Right.
And so now they're up against Toretto.
Right.
See, I haven't seen any of them. None of them. I haven't seen a single Fast or Furious.
Honestly,
for me it's slow and docile.
I didn't see like the second or third one, but I did watch the first one. I did watch Fast 5. What was the last? So which number is this?
I think this is going to be 8.
This will be 8.
I think this is 8.
This will be 8.
So I think I saw Fast 5, 6, and then 7. The last one is where what's his name, Paul Walker died, and they had to finish it out. That I only saw that because it was on HBO. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
They are my guilty pleasure movies.
See,
they're part of my guilty pleasure.
I'm gonna go back and watch them because
Yeah.
I mean, when they first came out, Vin Diesel was just coming up and he was big, and I don't know, something about him just annoyed me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Blah, blah, I'm a tough
give
guy."
me Vin Diesel as the Iron Giant, and that's good.
No, see, first time I ever saw Vin Diesel was a movie called Pitch Black.
Yeah,
it was actually,
that was a good movie.
That was a fantastic movie.
Really
and then they did the Chronicles of Riddick.
Right, he's supposed to do a third one to that.
There was a third one, wasn't there?
Was there?
One was anime. It was an anime one. But yeah, it was the Chronicles of Riddick.
I played the video game also, which wasn't bad.
That was also a filler. That one actually sort of was a gap filler. They did that with the Matrix as well, didn't they? Do you remember the
Animatrix?
I did.
Yeah, they did that. The game was supposed to sort of fill in the gaps.
Right, and it didn't do a very good job at it. The game.
No.
Hey, it was on PlayStation 2. I remember playing that.
I noticed at the gym today they're doing the triple run, the Matrix on AMC tonight.
I had read somewhere that they're talking about doing another Matrix. I don't know how, but whatever.
Well,
I don't know.
Keanu Reeves doesn't age.
Best they leave it alone.
But
in John Wick 2,
John Wick 2, yes,
you get the reunion between him and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
that looks, as soon as he came up on the screen, I was like, Morpheus. It's like it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to that.
May has two movies that I am eagerly awaiting.
Mm-hmm.
The first being the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
That's
nice.
And the thing with this one as well. I was listening to an interview with James Gunn, and it was Rob that pointed this out. So we were listening to this in the car.
Oh yeah,
and,
it was his live feed that
he was doing a live feed, and people were asking questions on that. Now, what's going to be interesting about this particular Guardians episode is it's although still part of the MCU. It's not really going to be about the Infinity Stones. This is actually going to be more about the characters. This is actually more about who the Guardians really are.
Well,
so yes, you're still going to have. So it's coming away from that arc. It will never actually be fully away from the arc because that's what they all are somewhat tied and entangled and stuff. But instead of carrying on that story, because I think they could overdo it.
Right.
And ultimately when we get to the Infinity Stone story, it's like it's already done and people are bored with it. So it's nice to see that they're still doing that, but they're coming away. Even Homecoming as well. They've introduced the Spider-Man, and now we're going to get a Spider-Man movie. But the Guardians one, that's one I am definitely looking forward to. And it looks like I'm going to have to update my costume as well, because it seems that Star-Lord now has some sort of chest plates as part of his uniform, I guess.
But the movie itself looks amazing.
Oh, God, yes.
Go ahead.
Go on. No, go on.
All right. Well, I was going to say is because where before all of the Marvel movies have been shot on a certain camera, and I was reading some article and I was watching a couple of videos and stuff like that people had made talking about the muted colors that are in all the Marvel movies. So the only one they were all shot on a certain digital camera, except for the first Iron Man, which was actually it was shot on film. It was on celluloid. So all of the other ones have been kind of on this digital camera that it captures all this information, but it mutes the colors. Well, Marvel Studios has decided that they wanted a new I don't know if it was 4K or higher than 4K resolution camera that they're shooting with.
It's probably 6.
Guardians,
they would probably be going 6K at this point.
Yeah, Guardians is the first movie to be shot on this camera, and I can't remember the name of it. I want to say Red Skull, but that would just be too much, I think. But it's Red something, I think. But it's supposed to make the colors vibrant, and Guardians is proof that it looks beautiful.
The red cameras are amazing. I mean, I've seen a lot of things that have been shot with them, and actually, if anything, Guardians. I'm trying to stay away from trailers and press because this is one of those movies I don't want to see all the scenes in the trailers. I really want to be surprised. So while some movies I could go, oh, I want to see the trailer,
Right.
I've seen it, and I don't want to see anything else because I want to totally be surprised when I see it.
Well, when they first put that first trailer, they did a teaser trailer, didn't they? It was. So far, they've put 3. There's been 3 trailers for it so far.
Yeah, the first one that he did was just kind of like pieces. It wasn't really a lot of depth. It was just a few shots.
It was very meh, and I was so disappointed. It actually broke my heart.
Well, it was very much a teaser by definition.
It wasn't even a teaser. It was like a drop in the ocean. It was just like, oh, we're going to do it, and that's it. And it was just I saw it and it's just like, oh god, I wanted it to be amazing, and it just didn't look amazing. And I was like,
this last one, and for me, the music drew me in, the Fleetwood
Right.
Mac. So that's what the first one did with that ooga ooga.
Well, see, that was the thing
chugga.
that he was talking about in the live. That he's like, he has the scores scripted, or for the songs that are scripted for the movie before he writes the movie, and then the movie is actually written around those songs that he wants to use in the movie.
Wow!
So that's how integral that music is to the movie on screen. It is very much a part of, and I was like, that is a very cool concept, but that's why they are very important. Those songs mean so much to those scenes.
And he did also confirm that he is currently working with the directors of the other MCU movies
The Russo
for
brothers.
for the Infinity story.
Nice.
Yeah. He's
So,
an EP on that. But that was the thing. But he was talking about with even with Guardians too, the fact that people were concerned that there was going to be too many characters in the movie, and he plays it very. He balances the movie very well. He said he writes it to where each individual character has their own thing, but it's not too much and not too overbearing.
That's
where
going to be the challenge for both Infinity War movies, because pretty much we're going to have the entire cast of all the other movies on deck for this. So unless everyone's going to be a Hawkeye.
That's the thing is we've actually got, I mean they pulled it off with Civil War. I thought they pulled it off very well with Civil War, but we're now looking at even more, because we're going to get the Hulk. We've got Doctor Strange. We've still got Thor Ragnarok coming this year as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's going to be later.
Well, is that coming this year?
Yes.
That is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I really am looking forward to that, because we're supposed to get a little Planet Hulk in that too.
Yeah, trying to keep this still in order here of what movies are going to be coming out. The one was it? We got Alien Covenant. May 19th. That'll be coming out, and
it's a prequel sequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel sequel, and it doesn't matter. They could just stick the alien in it, and I'll be watching it. So.
Really? See, that's the thing. I enjoyed watching them, but I never got into the mythos, even when they did Aliens vs. Predator, because to me, it's that, okay, alien's going to come, it's going to get out of the bag, we're all going to die, and it's like that horror movie with the same stuff over and over and over.
For me, it was Alien and Aliens. Those
Aliens.
I don't care. I didn't really. Yeah, Aliens is my top movie for that. Yeah. It is just the best you're going to get, I think, for Alien or the xenomorphs.
What was interesting though with a lot of those is how they actually progressed with the effects as well. I mean, they went from a guy in a suit to CG to back to a guy in a suit. They tried to make the alien a lot more earth tony in the third one.
The Queen Alien is just
Queen
a pinnacle monster. That is one of my favorite things about that movie, and the fact that it is really there. Yes. The thing that they use is a puppet.
It's a giant puppet.
God, it is just so amazing. I love that.
I did appreciate the first one because it was less sci-fi and it was more of a horror movie in space, where you didn't really see. You had a hard time seeing it because it was always in the shadows or zipping by, whereas now you kind of get that. They want you to see the breadth of their work, and you see too much of it, which takes it away from me, I think.
Right, and that's the thing with even the old horror movies. They were kind of like that. You didn't always see the monster; it played a very small role.
It's that psychological terror.
Right.
Right,
absolutely.
But I think at this point we've seen the monster. Now we want to see how bad that monster can be.
But now,
because ultimately the alien is an animal. That's it.
Alien Covenant. Like, when does this take place? Because in the trailer I saw, it was the staples. Like, okay, there's the people. They're having sex and something's happening and there's a face hugger and like, yeah, we get this. We've seen this. Like, what makes this different?
It's before Alien, but it's after what was the one they just. God dang it! I forgot the name of it.
Oh,
Prometheus.
Prometheus. Yeah, it takes place after Prometheus.
Okay.
So it actually has to do what's his name?
Right, because Michael Fassbender is in it.
And I can't remember his android name. I was trying to remember that.
David.
David.
Magneto.
Yeah, so he's in it. And Magneto, he's got it all. He's covered it. You're fine. But Numi, what is her last name? damn it, again,
We're
Paul.
doing horrible with names today. All three of us were just like that guy and that girl and that place.
I'm on like 5 hours of sleep, so I'm a little wonky.
Oh. Well, I mean, James Franco's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Catherine Waterston's going to be in there.
Whoa, James Franco's going to be in it?
Yeah, James Franco's. He's in it as well. He's going to be the main.
What's he going to do without Jay Baruchel and like the pot crew with him?
I know it's like a movie with a movie with Johnny Depp and without Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
going to be very strange.
or Tim Burton directing.
Oh, without Tim Burton directing.
I just saw a meme on that earlier today. Tim Burton was talking about being what's her name, Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp, and then Johnny Depp being like, "What do you mean to tell me that there's other actors other than Johnny Depp and my wife?" And then it's just a look on Johnny Depp's face.
The interesting thing about that is there still probably would be a custody war between the two of them if they ever divorced.
Oh,
who would actually get Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
But yes, so Alien, yes, that's another one to look out for. And then speaking of Johnny Depp, obviously after that one we have Pirates.
God, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, that's going to be May 26th for Pirates.
Yeah, and that's Javier Bardem is playing the bad guy. I mean, he is just like ever since No Country for Old Men, like he was so very just dark and disconnected in that movie, but he played such a great villain. I think he'll do a great job as the villain in this. And I feel they're going back to the creepiness of the Black Pearl.
It does seem that way.
The ghosts and the ethereal type effects that they're using from. It looks really cool and very kind of creepy. And Orlando Bloom, I did see in the trailer.
I thought I saw him too.
But he comes back. He's Davy Jones now,
right?
Or the equivalents thereof.
Yeah, he's part of the dead now.
So he'll have to go consult him or something.
Right.
Well, Johnny Depp, this was the first role. The Captain Jack role was the first role he ever played in a sequel.
Really?
Because he never wanted to repeat characters. He's done it 3 times that I could recall thus far. He did it with Captain Jack. Mm-hmm. He reprised his role, again, briefly in 21 Jump Street, the movie, which was kind of a funny...
Yeah,
if you're going to be in it, it's going to be funny.
I enjoyed that.
And he did it. He reprised a role, and this is weird. He played this Canadian detective in the Kevin Smith movies Tusk and Yoga Hosers. And
I haven't seen those. I want to see them. But apparently it's also because his daughter is in Yoga Hosers.
Yes.
With
well, she was in both. But he plays this character with this, like, I want to say he's annoying and boring and annoying, but apparently Depp loves to play that character and loves to do that accent, so he keeps doing it.
Well, he's really trying to say he went all in on that character then, huh?
He really did. And that character has a mole on his face that moves from shot to shot. And every shot, the mole is in different spots.
I have a mole?
But
why didn't anybody tell me I have a mole?
And in some shots, the moles multiply. So every shot, it's just different. And you're like, what?
That was a callback to the Robin Hood Men in Tights. When Prince John, he's like, I have a mole. Sorry.
Mole. But
wait,
no, I don't know.
That was... Oh, wait, what was that? That was Michael
Myers. That was Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Right, it was,
Mole.
So apparently, real quick, since you kind of had the list of the timeline of the year there, Paul.
Sure.
Where, because this was really curious, or I was curious about this, and the whole Super Bowl, trailer release thing. There was no Wonder Woman trailer. There was no DC.
Well, Wonder Woman's going to be June 2nd.
Okay, so I knew that was coming up in the summer. I couldn't remember if it was May or June. But I am surprised that we haven't seen another trailer for the Wonder Woman movie. I think as much help as DC needs right now.
Well, you'd think that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to hopefully a Justice League trailer, so like a full-fledged Justice League
I did see
trailer.
One online which had a lot of Aquaman on it.
Right,
and
that's the one where he walks
something
in
for the
like,
ladies.
I'm looking for a man coming in on the king tide.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen that. That's a good trailer. I like that, and I was skeptical about how the Barry Allen was going to be played in that movie, and when that trailer I was like, all right, I'm in. I'll take a ride with this, and I'll see how it goes because I like the way that it was portrayed on there. But I really like I said before, I think that's going to be the first redeeming movie for DC. I want to say I hope Wonder Woman does, but I've got reasons to be skeptical about that. It looks compelling, but I think that I think Justice League will be the first one.
I think Wonder Woman will do well because it's just the one character. Right. DC is still wrestling with trying to, oh crap, Marvel's doing it. Let's get all our characters together. And I feel like they've already done 2 or 3 missteps. Mm-hmm. They've got to catch themselves. Before they do more.
Their movies have been mashups. I mean, it's all been like these hero villain mashup things, real quick. And it's like you're trying to put your universe all out in one shot instead of like peppering it in. You have to.
Well, yeah. Let's remember that Marvel started in, I think it was 2008, 2009 with the Iron Man movie.
Right. That was 2006, wasn't it?
I don't think it was that early. I think it was I'm pretty sure it was like 2008. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but the thing is, like, you got to take into account that they took a chance there with Robert Downey Jr. He was a recovering alcoholic and drug abuse and all that stuff. He had a shady background, and
it was the right
they
risk.
took a chance.
Well, I hate,
and
well,
they did. He was amazing.
Yeah, you're right. 2008.
Well, that kicked it off because they had an entirely different schedule set up for that.
Yeah.
And when Iron Man did so well, they're like, "Ooh, this could work," and that was the birth of the MCU.
Yes, it was, and so what the MCU, like they were saying, the MCU they've got a good 10 years on DC at this point.
And it used to be the other way around, where like you had Superman and Batman that had Hollywood movies, and like Captain America and these other crummy Marvel movies were the worst.
DC went down when they kept the Batman movies going. I think that's when their downfall started, when they got the George Clooney came in as Batman, and they were just basically pumping out Batman movies left and right. And I think that's really where they, and then because it just got from this dark Michael Keaton style movie, which was, I thought, great. Tim Burton, I thought he'd done an amazing job with that. Even through to they would bring in the multi-villain thing and all this, and then it got a bit campy, and then it got super campy when they started with the Batman and Robin and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
Please,
it was just like,
chill.
Let's bring in big actors who are just
stay cool.
It was awful. It was just, and I think that's a lot of people switched off. I think that really did sort of switch off a lot of people.
It's true.
It is very true, but I don't know, something about, as much as I disliked Batman and Robin, which was the George Clooney one, I did not like the Bane looked like the Bane in the comic books at the time. But he wasn't done well.
No. Uma Thurman was
Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
That's right.
That did not go over well.
Alicia Silverstone was Batgirl.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head with camp, and it's one of those things where, like, you could take camp in certain areas, but coming off of the dark Batman that you saw with Tim Burton, like, all right, before I mentioned the 21 Jump Street movies, it was silly and funny and nothing like the TV series, but it worked.
Right.
And actually, there was a commercial that came on the Super Bowl for, and I'm going to divert from our sci-fi superhero things for a bit, for a TV show that I never watched, but is super popular, that is getting a movie with The Rock.
Oh, Baywatch?
Baywatch.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Yes.
It looked funny.
That's coming out the same time as The Pirates. I think that's May 26th.
And it seems like one of those things, like, you know what? I might want to see this movie. I don't know
I'll have to see the trailer for that. I haven't seen any trailer for it so far. I'll have to see how I feel about that.
The big question is, will there be running?
Well,
there's going to be running.
Then I'll probably watch it.
They make reference to that because the girl's running, in slow motion, and it cuts to these two kids, and it's like, does it look like she's running in slow motion? Oh, it always looks like she's running like that. So, like, they're addressing.
They're aware of their universe. Basically.
Yes,
they're self-aware.
What do you think of the chances there's going to be a little cameo in there?
Oh, totally.
I mean, we're gonna get Hasselhoff, obviously.
The
but
Hoff.
what about Pammy? Do you think she'll make an appearance?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, they're probably afraid she'll infect everybody.
Well, they can just
with whatever period of whatever she has.
There's a treatment for that, so I think
there's a treatment for all of it. It's called bleach. Maybe.
Yes. Well, anyway.
Oh, come on, Rob. I hear Pam's a big fan of our show. She's listening. You gotta.
Is she? Is she?
Yeah,
Well,
come on, man.
oh, I'm sorry, Pam.
Show some
I
class,
didn't mean
man.
to offend your sensibilities. I'm sure that all the things you've done in your
Come
life.
on, man. She was barbed wire. Come on.
Oh my God!
Come
barbed
on.
Wire.
Stan Lee's barbed wire.
Oh my God!
Represent.
If that was
tattoo,
the
didn't
cash
she?
grab, I don't know what was.
That was so horrible. Oh my God!
It was so bad.
It was
so bad.
That was horrible.
Makes Catwoman look good.
It does. It actually makes Halle Berry's Catwoman good. So
Oh God, nothing can make that good.
It did. Oh, it did.
That good.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
That was so bad. Again, another DC flop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that
I
would have been.
love DC stuff. Trust me, I'm a DC fan.
Oh, I know you are.
But
Are you a
God,
fan of Mr. T's DC Cab?
Oh, I don't even know what's going on there.
I'm reaching way back to the 80s. Just the fact that
Okay,
Mr. T headlined a movie about cabbies in DC. Come on.
Oh my God, I don't know that. Maybe if I saw a picture, I would probably know it, but I can't recall it in my head right now.
That's going to get a reboot any second. You know what? They're running out of ideas.
You already know that. I pity the fool that remake that movie.
Oh God.
Oh God. Okay, so yeah. Oh, real quick, I had a movie rolling around in my head, and I don't know why it's still sticking in there. But you were talking about Robert Downey Jr. earlier, and I'm just going to throw it out there because you were talking about him coming in to make Iron Man when he was kind of on this rebound thing. But there was a movie that was made around that time, which is an absolutely fantastic movie, and I really enjoy it. And if you all haven't seen it, I suggest you check it out. It was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I've heard very good things about that movie.
Oh my God, I love that movie. It is fantastic. It is really good, and it's an entertaining movie. So, yeah, I do enjoy that one. And now that's out of my head, so I'm going to move on now.
Okay.
Nice.
That's just the way my brain. Sorry, guys.
He just shot on the stomachs of all our listeners. Some kiss, some bang, bang.
Wow.
And I'm spent.
Clean up on aisle 6.
Almost hit me in the eye. I'll be honest.
So,
anyway,
do you guys feel like, all right, Paul? Let me tap your brain on this one. Like, we're getting so many of these movies that are furthering franchises, but I feel like sometimes, do we care? Like, for instance, Transformers: The Last Night. Do we care? War for the Planet of the Apes. The movies haven't been bad, but do we care?
You know what? I've loved the Planet of the Apes movies. I was a very big fan of the classic movies, and I would watch those a lot. And so the only one I wasn't, even the
Marky Mark one.
That was Tim Burton again.
Yes, it was.
He did the Marky Mark, the Marky Mark version. I didn't hate it. I liked it. It had Helen Bonham Carter in there as well.
Helen Bonham Carter. Mm-hmm. It had all the usual suspects.
Right. It did. I'm pretty sure that Johnny Depp was an ape somewhere.
Danny Elfman did do the score.
It was Tim Roth was the main bad ape. Caesar, I think it was.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
And it had the big. Oh my God, what's his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Duncan, right?
Bow your head.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic cast. It was a very good movie. It wasn't part of that universe. And
although I did
want
to see the play out of the end when he gets back to Earth and General Caesar's now a part of the Lincoln Memorial.
The Lincoln Memorial, right.
Like that, I would have loved to see it further on.
Right.
Well, see, that's the thing. They sort of. I think he left it open for the possibility, but I don't think it got a very good rep. And it's a sad thing because, unfortunately, I thought it was pretty good, but I am thoroughly enjoying the reboot or the remakes,
they
or
have
even
been good.
The prequels, even. I mean, these could tie in with the original movies.
Yeah, it's true.
If you look at the timelines and everything, it could all still mold into the Toll and Heston movies, and these could be the prequels. And I've thoroughly enjoyed them.
Well, these new ones to me feel like what Christopher Nolan did with the Batman movies with the last trilogy. It made it feel like, this could happen. I see the realism.
Sure.
The fact that also Andy Serkis's performance in these movies and what he's brought to them,
amazing.
And he opened his own studio for doing the CG work and and being actually on set to act as the character,
motion
but then
capture.
do the mocap while they're on set. it's just a phenomenal performance. I mean,
Mhm.
really, with him, starting out as Gollum in Lord of the Rings,
right,
which was
right.
fantastic. Man, he
Yeah,
just
I had no idea who the guy was
little hobbitses.
That's good.
yeah, it was before Gollum. I had no idea who this guy was, and I honestly I remember he won an award.
Mhm.
And I was like, what? Why would he win an award for a CG character? But then I went and saw the work that he put into it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fair. That's that makes sense. And then he started to crop up a few more times, and
Well,
then
he's
basically
also
he was
Snoke.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is, it's him and Doug Jones now. I think are the two. Like, if there's a creature in a movie, and it's either tall and lanky or it's one that moves around like a well, let's just say like a monkey. Then it's either going to be Doug Jones or it's going to be Andy Serkis.
That's like back in the day with voiceover work. If it was a character or a creature, it was probably Frank Welker.
Yeah,
right.
And let's be honest, Frank Welker's the best Megatron. I mean,
Oh yeah.
well, that and Dr. Claw.
Dr.
Yes.
Claw, he was also Ray Stantz on the Ghostbusters. He was Fred on Scooby-Doo. So we cannot lose Frank Welker.
No, we
No.
can't. He is a national treasure.
It's right.
Or Maurice LaMarche. We need to keep him around too.
Maurice LaMarche.
Maurice LaMarche was the brain. He was
yes.
Egon
Right,
Spengler
yep.
on The Real Ghostbusters.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
He does so many voices on so many things. Like, if you don't know who it is, you're probably listening to one of those two men.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's him and oh my God, my brain is fried today. I can't think of the names. The guy that he did the voices on Futurama, and he was like 3 or 4 of the main characters. We were talking about that this weekend.
Billy West.
Billy West.
Okay, right,
Yeah,
right.
there we
I was
go.
to the Ben.
I mean, he did a lot of stuff outside of that too.
Oh, DiMaggio, yeah.
Yeah.
Or anyone from The Simpsons.
Yep.
But
yeah.
let's see. Hold on. Oh,
Seth MacFarlane. If we're talking about
we
voices,
can start down that road on the
oh
voice.
my God, yeah.
Well, it's almost like when these guys start out, they don't have money to hire actors, so they have to do all the voices themselves, and then it becomes they're the best at doing those voices. So, hey, collect as many paychecks as you can.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. But I'm trying to think. Oh, real quick, since before we forget it, a couple of the movies that I was thinking about that I want to bring up. One, just real quick, in the vein of the Planet of the Apes, the new Kong movie.
Yeah.
How do you all feel? Because I've got feelings on it, but I want to hear what you all feel about it first.
Well, my biggest thing with this movie, this is the Skull Island, right?
Right.
Yeah, I went on the ride at Universal Studios. I actually took Sonia, and we queued for probably about 2 hours. I mean, that's probably the longest I've ever been in a line for any ride ever, and huge disappointment. Absolutely.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, the ride was over before it started. It was all. This was supposed to revolutionize the rides. This was going to be something.
You can't hold that against the
amazing.
movie.
Well, here's the thing, though. It kind of put me off the movie because it was so disappointing. I mean, it had the effects of the movie. It showed aspects of the movie element. The sort of they themed the whole thing around it, and to me, I was just like, it's been done. I mean, I kind of like the Jack Black one.
That wasn't bad. That was not bad at all.
I kind of liked it. That with what's his name as well? Oh my gosh, I'm having those brain farts now.
This episode will be the fill in the blanks. So those of you who are listening, just insert your own actor because we can't remember names today.
Are you talking about the director? Oh.
No. I was
Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody. God, yeah, we are having the worst luck.
Marcus Brody,
today.
sir.
Yes. Oh wow, we went to Indiana Jones or something.
I'm gonna get Indiana Jones into every episode of this podcast if I can.
That is fantastic.
Wow.
He's like, well, since he did win,
Oh, come on.
But
Jeez,
the reason I'm really one of the reasons I brought up the King Kong is I think they're going too big. I think they're going too big with Kong because they're trying to make this universe now where he is going to fight Godzilla. They've said that he is going to fight Godzilla.
So this is the Batman and Robin
Godzilla
of God.
was. Yeah. Do what?
This is the Batman and Robin of King Kong. They're like just too much.
They're trying to make this all-encompassing universe. Well, Legendary Studios does these movies. They also do Pacific Rim. So there's also talks of possibly merging Pacific Rim in this at some point with this super mashup.
I like that movie. That movie was fun.
I loved the first Pacific. We talked about it over the weekend. I saw that 3 times in the theater.
Yes.
I saw it 3 times, and I saw it in 3D each time because it was just fantastic. But with the Kong, I think they're going because Kong was never in the movie that we were talking about with Jack Black. Kong, that's the size of Kong.
Yes,
he was never this huge,
gigantic. Yeah.
Now they've got him up over top of the forest and the trees, and he's going to be battling Godzilla. Godzilla was always much, much larger.
Yes,
and
I mean, the thing is, I think they're trying to make Godzilla to be like the T-Rex.
Right.
Well, they're
Kong was about the same size as T-Rex.
It's the same Godzilla that we saw in the last movie.
Yes.
Gareth Edwards' Godzilla. He was the biggest Godzilla there's been.
Yeah.
And they're going to have King Kong fight him. No. I don't get it.
Anyway. I loved that movie, by the way. Godzilla. I loved that music.
The last one?
Oh, God, yeah. I
really?
loved it. God, yes.
I was bummed.
I was bored.
No.
Yeah,
I loved it.
There was too much people story and too little Godzilla story.
It's like the Transformers. Like, you want to see robots and stuff and is like human drama, but I wanted to like Godzilla, and I thought that having a Breaking Bad dude in it was a good move. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get it.
Yeah, I think really they needed, if they would have gave me more of the monster, like the end, the super shot that just blew apart the Muto when he pulled open the mouth and just boom and just shot the atomic breath. That was fucking fantastic.
And Matthew Broderick was not in it. What the hell?
Yeah, oh God!
Oh my God!
That's for another story.
We don't even discuss that one.
Yeah.
But for anybody who is listening, the Kong, I think that one's March 10th. That one's going to be out.
Yeah. So we've got that Logan, which we didn't touch much, but
we didn't touch on much. But that's March 3rd.
I'm going to be honest. I'm looking forward to a rated R Logan.
Yeah.
And him with his daughter. What is it? X-23?
Yeah,
looking forward to that story to see how that goes, man. And the fact that he actually took a pay cut, I think, to make sure it was a rated R flick. I think that's what I read.
Right.
But yeah, I'm really
he took a pay cut, but it's still in the millions.
He lost $1 million. He lost $1 million, so he's still going to make $100 million.
Oh, hopefully he needs some cash in a couple of years, and he'll do that Wolverine Deadpool movie.
Oh God, I really want to see that. Well, see, they've also said that this Logan doesn't take place in the same vein of X-Men universe as the rest of the Wolverine movies.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes. I'm going to have to research now. I'm going to have to
especially when they're still using Patrick Stewart and everything else as well. I mean, that seems kind of weird.
Well, it is a multiverse, so there will be those characters in all the versions.
Sure. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is based on the Old Man Logan comic, where Logan just kind of ages
loosely based.
Right. Yeah. Not fully on, but that's kind of where they get the concept. But
so it sounds like we're up to May
we're about 6 months
June.
in. Yeah, we've just hit June. I mean, we've still got a few more for June, but I think there's an awful lot going on at the beginning of this. With the March, April, and Mays that we could actually pick up where we left off on the next episode.
It'll be an exciting half year so far. I'm sure there's going to be when Guardians comes out, we're going to have dedicate our own episode just to reviewing it.
Yes, guys, I will be wearing my Star-Lord uniform whilst I'm reviewing that.
For those of you listening, if there's a specific movie you want us to review or really go into or spend an entire episode on, let us know, because we are more than happy to geek out on any of these movies.
And anything you all want to comment about on any of this stuff, definitely write us and let us know what you think about. If you disagree with what we said about it and we just kind of pooped on your fandom and we didn't mean to, or we talked it up and you agree with us, that'd be great. Let us know. Absolutely.
So, wrapping up, just pick one movie. Paul, which is the one you're looking forward to the most?
Oh, it's Guardians, I think.
Rob?
Oh, man, you pulled this one out on me really quick.
That's what she said.
Oh!
I will have to go with I mean, Dead Men Tell, was it Dead Men Tell No Lies? Is that what? Or
Oh, yeah.
that's the
Dead
pirate.
Men Tell No Tales.
Tell All Tales. Okay, so that one, or I'm really Logan. I'm really super excited to kind of see.
And for me, because it's I got to play Hometown, and because the Staten Island Ferry is in it, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh shit!
We haven't talked to that one yet. Yeah, but we haven't got there yet.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that is
You're jumping the gun a little bit. Jumping the gun. We're not there yet because that's in July. So
he can still
I'm slinging my web for the future talk.
Whip.
Flip. But
because let's be honest, if we were talking about later in the year, then Rob's is going to be Star Wars.
No, it's going to be a Disney film.
Star Wars. Film, Star Wars.
Technically now it is a Disney film. So shut up.
It is.
As you know, Rob is a huge Disney fan, and he's grown up with Disney and Disney everything.
Yup.
His movie Star Wars.
And with that, the senators are gonna retreat from the floor. Senate's gonna come to rest. For more geek nerdery, make sure you search for 3 Geek Senate on iTunes or your favorite podcast app.
Or you can follow us on social media. Simply follow at 3 Geek Senate. That's the number, 3 Geek Senate, whether it's your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
And we need you to go to iTunes and please subscribe. It's free. We need you to give us a review, 5 stars if you could, and share with your friends and let us know what you think.
My name is Brian J. Cano.
My name is Paul Bradford.
And I'm Robert Bukszar.
And we will see you next time on the Senate floor. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.